Ndị be anyị ekene m unu. Asị nke ụbọchị nke taa mara na anyị mma. Anyị sịkwa ka nke echiri ya zelu. Dịka o si dị, anyị chọrọ ime ka unu mara na ya bụ Eastern News 24 ka anyị si na-ewetara unu ya bụ nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa gbasịta maka ife na-eme n'obodo anyị nọ n'ime ya ana gbasịta maka nnwere onwe ndị Igbo na-azọ. Dịka o si dị, ya wetara unu ihe mejọ Prophetic kwuru n'iru akwụkwọ anyị agbapụ ya ọsọ ije gosi na ya bụ ife. O kwuru ụzọ ya ebua. Nke izi bụ ọ sị quote, "How Nigeria can stop Maazị Simon Ekpa and ife na-eme na US election gbasịta maka nsọrịta mpi Trump and Biden and na vice ya." Gee ya bụ ife anyị ji maka ya wee bịa ga-egesi ya drọpụrụ ife iche n'ụdị nke gị gbasịta maka ya bụ ife. All right, over to you, sir.
And somebody was telling me, major prophet of God, that all these things, people agitating and all these things, oh, they have to stop all the agitators and this, that. This is not the issue of agitators. What's happening in this country and everywhere in the country is no more about agitators. And let me tell you, I'm very angry right now. I want to tell you that the simple way to stop agitators, to stop Simon Ekpa, to stop Nnamdi Kanu, and stop all of these people is what's called the truth. If the truth can come out now, you give the country equal right and equal justice, and stop all the tribalism, and make this country to be the way all this Western country where you take our dollars and pounds and take them to, where you now carry the money and go to keep other countries of the world, the way the UK is, the way the Finland is, the way all these places is. Do you think that people like Maazị Nnamdi Kanu and Maazị Simon Ekpa will have time again to talk about all these things again? If you can give them and stop all this tribalism and corruptions and all of these things that we're experiencing in this country, do you think anybody will have much time to come and talk about agitation anymore, or talk about separation, or talk about this? When everything is walking the streets and everything, the light, the poor children can go to school, no difference between the poor and the rich. When you take this country back the way it used to be before, when people can go to free education, people can have good roads, people can have good water, people can have the light, the energy, the school, the everything, transportation system, and there is no what's called corruption here and there, and everything is in order. The first people that will give up is Nnamdi Kanu will give up. Simon Ekpa will pack up. All these people will stop. That is just simple truth. But whereby you marginalize some people prefer to die for their people. Some people prefer to give up for their people. Some people prefer that whatever will happen to their people should happen to them. And that is why you see all these people, all this noise here and there, everybody coming out of fighting, hitting the wall and say whatever will happen, let it happen. People are no longer happy. Spending money on unnecessary things, mispriority, taking the money that's supposed to be used to help the poor, to help the needy, to help the country, to move things forward, to bring all this our laborers, all this our workers that are working and asking for minimum wage. They're asking for little thing. Even what they're asking for is not up to what you just buy your recharge card. Some of you are buying a recharge card of 1 million naira. Some of you are putting recharge card on your phone with 1 million naira, and somebody is begging you to now, please, I beg, give me 250,000 for monthly salary after you served you and have done all that, and you're telling the person, oh, there's no money, and there are billions to throw about. There are billions to buy dollar and hide under the ground. So we need to pray and we need to change. Let there be what's called a change, because the masses have nobody to speak for them. The masses are crying every day, and the worst of it all is what is intending and impending coming hunger. This is unbearable. This is uncontrollable. People that knows what to do. Only 1 acre of land can feed the local government. 1 acre of land in a mechanized agriculture. 1 acre of land can feed the local government. 2 acres of land can feed the local government. 3 acres of land can feed the local government. If we can say, okay, let's go back to the drawing board. Every local government provide 10 acres of land, and let that acres of land, the professional that knows how to bring up crops, professional that knows how to do what's called mechanized agriculture, they should come in with those 10 acres of land. They can feed the local government. Major prophet of God can feed the state, can feed the country, if the enablement and the empowerment is there. Why should we chase cloud when we are in better condition? We will preach the gospel better. People will understand the truth, and the will of God will be established on the face of the earth. Help the people to walk out of the trouble. Help the people. Governance is about the people, for the people, and the people alone. It's not something about any other thing, not about yourself, not about your personal interest. It's the interest of the people, for the people, and for the people, and the people alone. That is all. That is all. There's no long story. No two ways about it. Let's do the right thing. Let's do good things. Let's do good things. Let's do good things. The world is waiting for us. Let's do good things, brother. Let's do good things. Let's do good things. The world is waiting for us. Kind mercy, my neighbor. Kind mercy, kind mercy. One who you put the time anyway. Let's do good things, brother. Let's do good things. Let's do good things. The world is waiting for us. Amen. So when we do the things that needed to be done, do the right thing, every other thing will begin to fall in place. And this is why the Lord is now taking the major prophet of God to a place called America, United States of America. At this point, United States of America should look for major prophet of God. Donald Trump and the people of America should look for major prophet of God. Because of this was called dangers ahead. A prophet is a man whom God has given grace to see the future and tell us, to see what is contained in the spiritual world and bring it to the human realm, so that the human beings can be able to look at what's called the dangers ahead. There are many things that when you begin to see them in the realm of the spirit, you don't say them because it is not as if somebody is trying to be a prophet of doom, but somebody is trying to make sure that you stay in the confine of the will of God to now pray prayer that needed to be prayed. And God said that the people of America and Donald Trump, they should look for major prophet of God to open the seal and show them what's called the seal of what's contained in the destiny of America. There's a container in the destiny of America. And this container in the destiny of America, America needs a prophet that will come into the land and give them secret things that they need to pray about or walk about or do something about. Because what I'm seeing in the realm of the spirit is already concealed in the spiritual world, and that is what's called the destiny of the country. I know it's a country, and the country, you must pray for the country. You must make sure you support the country. Every country of the world is ordained by the Lord and by God, and God will always use a man to now continue to stand in the gap for a nation, to stand in the gap for a people, to now be what's called a frontline defense, prophetic spiritual frontline defense in the realm of the spirit, to now begin to look at what's called the destiny of the people, to now begin to look at what's contained and what's called the dangers ahead. You could have imagined what would have happened in America if what happened to Donald Trump succeeded. Look at a man talking, and all of a sudden the man just did head like this, a little shift of his face, and the bullet had to go through the upper ear and tore the upper ear and went away. How managed? If that bullet has got his face, God forbid a negative thing happened, where do you think, and what do you think will be happening right now in America? Do you think there will be peace? Do you think people will be going freely? Do you think the country will not boil? Do you think the enemy has not succeeded? So that's what's called in the realm of the spirit, the America and Donald Trump and his people and the people of America should look for major prophet of God. Remember when I was given that prophecy, I'm not a partisan. I'm not into party. I'm not a party system human being. I don't choose anybody on human periphery. I look at the spiritual world and destiny of the people before you see me prophesy. That was why in Nigerian election, during the election, people even think that, oh, maybe major prophet of God has collected money from anybody. I am the one to blast anybody first, before anybody. Anybody, if you like, if not that Jesus is Lord and is in heaven, let Jesus come to the world and become the worldly, earthly politician and enter seat and do otherwise. I will blast him first. I'm the first person to blast anybody, because I'm not looking at anybody's face. I'm looking at the spiritual world. I'm looking at what God has in store. God first before any humanity, because this was called beyond the human realm. This was called beyond the periphery. I'm not here to look at, do you think that if a major prophet of God, if I'm a partisan, which government of this earth that I cannot penetrate into their inner chamber? Which of the governor, which of the president of this earth that I cannot prophetically scan through his bedroom and enter into his bedroom? Which governor, which president? If God can take the major prophet of God from Nigeria to America to scan the president, scan everybody there, who again in Africa or in Nigeria the major prophet cannot enter? But Bible said that Moses chose to suffer with his people than to come and be eating the king's meal in the king's palace while his people is under bondage. I better prefer to be with the people and suffer with the people and go hunger with the people and lack with the people than to go and sit with people that are blood-sucking demons, wicked people who has eaten the fortune of the people and make the people to cry. Whatever make people cry, make me cry. Whatever bring pain to the people, bring pain to me. When people are crying, I'm crying most. Yesterday I was with my people and we were listening to the news, and they said, oh, food crisis in the food inflation in the month of June went up to 40.87% as against last year of 25.7%. And we were shouting. And today another person opened up again and said it's now 50-something%. I was the first to lament yesterday. Listening to the news, I was lamenting. I was crying. I said, God, is this what you are telling me? That people should get ready? We are this time around is called harvest time. And you know what's called harvest time? Is a time that food used to be in plenty. As the rain is falling, corn is out. The rain is falling, granite is out. The rain is falling, so many fruit, so many things are out. Because we're in the rainy season where all of these things are out. So if these things are costly now, how much more next month, the month that is coming ahead, the time of drought? What will happen in January, February, March? So these are what we're talking about. If you don't know it, you know it. That's why major prophet of God have choose to suffer with my people. Suffer with the people. Cry with the people. Be in pain with the people. Walk with the people. Than to go Asa Rock and or go to White House and sit with president and governors and begin to eat their food. So it's not about it. This is the gift of God to help humanity. So major prophet of God, I am not after politics or whatever, but the destiny of America as the Lord is revealing to major prophet of God. I have seen it all, what the Spirit of God has shown to me. And when I say it, people who are of little faith, people who cannot scan through the spiritual world to know the mind of God and what God has in stock, who can know the mind of God? Who can understand the handwriting on the wall? This is why a king could not sleep. And the king sent forth. He said, get me the magicians, get me the astrologers, get me all the enchanters, all the divination, and all the people who are into wizards and witches. And they brought them to come and interpret to the king what the king is seeing, the handwriting on the wall. They all came and interpreted the way they understand. But they couldn't get to the deeper things that are there. That's why God told the major prophet to go pray. Because without the prayer that I called all the intercessors that we all should pray in the month of May, 22nd of May, if we had not prayed that prayer, by now Donald Trump would have been assassinated. And Donald Trump assassinated, America would have been on fire. And the will of the enemy of America would have started by now. Oh God. God who knoweth the secret of the secret. God who helpeth his people. God who delivereth his people for the sake of the righteous. When the man of God was asked, he said, if you see the righteous, are you going to destroy the unrighteous together with the righteous? And the Lord said, no. If I see 50 righteous men, I'll preserve the land. And they went further and asked for 20. And went further and asked for 10. There was no 20, there was no 50, there was no 5. That was why Sodom and Gomorrah was consumed by fire. But today, Jesus has gotten what's called the chosen generation of Christ. They are all over the place. They're in America, they're in Nigeria, they're all over the Biafra land, and everywhere. They're in Lagos, they're everywhere. And this chosen generation of the Lord cannot be on the face of the earth and the enemy succeed. The enemy will not succeed. They will try and try, but God will powerless the enemy, and God will give his people victory, and the power will return to the people of God, and the people of God will rejoice. The people of God will celebrate. The people of God will fulfill purpose. People of God will fulfill destiny. People of God will be who God said they are. No man will take away what God has for us. And so this is why God said the people of America should do something as quick as possible. When God is speaking, we must know that this is God speaking to his people. It is the love of God that makes God to speak to his people. Without the love of God, God will not speak to his people. This is the moment hearing God speaking. And when God is speaking, there's a purpose. So wherever you are, say, oh Lord, in you I trust. I trust in the Lord. Wherever you are, write it. In God I trust. In God I trust. Because that very phrase that America always use, in God we trust, is a very big phrase. So wherever you are watching me right now, comment, in God I trust. Comment it on the WhatsApp, on your Facebook chat, or you comment it right there on the YouTube, or you're watching on the television. Just go ahead and comment, in God I trust. The reason for that, because the enemy have cooked what they have cooked. But we want what the enemy have cooked, all the things that the enemy have cooked, God is still above them. God is still more than whatever they have cooked. The cooking of God is more than their own. If I can give the studio the chance to play the prophecy, I want a detail. There's a detail. You see, people come and say, "Oh, I prophesy." One thing you must know about prophecy is any prophecy that is fully detailed, properly detailed, spelled out, no iota of doubt, no confusion, no deceit, no manipulation, no gabangebe. Detailed prophecy that called for prayer and said, "Pray for Donald Trump," against what's called an attack. Sounded 2 times against what's called an attack. And this attack is called assassination. Very clear, black and white. Play. It was this same program like this that the God was talking to me and telling me to tell you.
Bobi Igbo daalụ nne no. Anyị sịkwa daalụ nne nkunu si wepụta obi unu ige ya bụ ife anyị ji maka ya wee bịa n'iru akwụkwọ na Eastern News 24 n'ụbọchị iwuruchi nke taa. Ọzọ dị ka ịbịa bụ gịnị ka i were ikwu na ụdị nke gị gbasịta maka ya bụ ife ịnọ n'iru akwụkwọ ka efi were ikwu, ọ dị nnukwu mkpa. Tụsala ya, deela ya na edemede nke a na-akpọ comment section ka anyị wee pinye ka ndị bụ ụwa wee nụ, maka Eastern News 24 na-eweta ya dịka o si eme. Ọ gwụnakọ ha m n'ọnụ ndị Igbo. Ọ bụ na nke a bụ ụbọchị izugo ụmụnne m, kabalụ ka like and subscribe, turn on notification ka napụ imisi any of our update dịka anyị na-adrọp ya n'iru akwụkwọ kwa mgbe. Daalụ nne na ụmụnne m, ka emesịa nụ.